into Love Marriage Huntsville. But before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And come on over here and kick it with your girl. I actually enjoyed this episode of Love Marriage Huntsville. We're starting this episode out with Trish, and she's going to meet up with her friend Sharon. And yeah, she's letting Sharon know about what she has going on. And Tricia opened up to Sharon, which I think this is good for her because we know she has a very hard exterior, but I know deep down inside it's because she's really hurting. She does say how she felt like seeing Dr. Ken is helping her. She has visited her parents' grave. She's never went, and she's like, you know, while I was there, I cried, but it was kind of freeing for her, which I think is a good thing. She said that she doesn't want to cry. Her kids doesn't see her cry unless it's at a funeral. She feel like crying is a weak emotion. And I know people personally who feel just like Trish. That's why I've been giving her grace. We know I felt like she came in and she lied, and whatever the case happened between her and Martell, whatever, it is what it is. But I feel like, you know, she's human. And I think she was going that route because she didn't want to talk about this. Me personally, I feel like I said this in the previous review, that Trish actually has a real storyline, and that if she would focus on herself and what she has going on and speak her truth, that her storyline would really be real and would be interesting, because I'm pretty sure somebody out here can relate somewhere. So I appreciate that, you know, she did open up. Her friend said she appreciated that she had been knowing Trish for a while, and they had been working out together for, you know, for a minute, and she never knew anything about Trish, which I can kind of relate to that. Like, I'm a person where I can meet you and we can be cool and we can talk, we can shoot the shit, and we gonna have a good time. But I don't just let people in just right off bat. And I could just imagine how that is for a person who have took in so many losses in a short period of time. I feel like Trish, she wants to open up to Ken, but she just don't know how. So hopefully Dr. Ken can help her navigate that. She did say that since going to Dr. Ken, that their relationship has gotten a little better. Of course, you know, they got to go through the motion, and it's going to take more than just that session. But I feel like, you know, if she do keep going, then there is hope. I think there's hope for her. Like, she's confronting the major thing, which is saying that, you know, you have a problem, that you have an issue, and that you're willing to do what you need to do to fix it, not only for yourself, but for your children and for your men. But, you know, most importantly, for yourself and for your children. And just after listening to Trish, her last week and her this week talking to Sharon, I feel like she do want Ken. I do feel like, let me say this. I feel like she want to get close to Ken, but she don't know how, because she feel like she's going to suffer a loss. We know she still harbors emotions from Marquez. And with all the grief and stuff that she's went through, and then, like I've said before, that with losing a marriage, that's another level of grief. Yeah, he's still here in the flesh, but she had to grieve their relationship too, and she hasn't fully gotten over it. So I just feel like it's work. If Ken is willing to hold her down through this, like I said, it won't be easy, but it can be done. So I appreciated this scene because I feel like I would rather see more of this than Destiny and dating all these men. So the ladies go to make bath bombs. Tisha, Kimmi, Destiny, and Trish. They leave Miss Nell out, and I ain't like that, Kimmi. Kimmi talking about that because Nell is having her event later on. She didn't think Nell would want to go make bath bombs, but you could have still invited her. If she would have declined, then cool. She declined, but not inviting her make me feel like y'all trying to low-key ice her out, and I don't like that. Destiny talk about how, you know, Nell felt the way because she's dating Twan. We know Twan is Lance's god brother. Anybody would feel away. Destiny being messy. Destiny tell Tisha that Nell felt the way about her telling her about the baby. Tisha was like, well, she didn't feel like, it was anything to hide because Nell told her that they left, I think it was LA because of the baby. The baby was being born or something, but Tisha said that she said it was one of those reasons, and she was like, well, I think that's what I got from it, which Nell did say it, but that didn't mean you had to go back and tell Destiny. But then again, this is a show, but at the same time, let's be clear, Destiny don't owe y'all, Nell don't owe y'all nothing for real. At the end of the day, Lance is her son. Her loyalty is to her son. Destiny, for you to ever think, and I keep saying I've been saying this through the whole thing. You thinking that Nell is gonna come back and tell you something about her child is crazy work, especially when you and Lance wasn't nothing for real. Like Destiny, now you just trying to run through the whole crew, making yourself look crazy. I just feel like they storyline is stale. They don't have Mel to surround their storyline around anymore. So now it's becoming Nell, because this whole situation is stupid to me. But we gonna talk about it for the show. Destiny's like, Nell feel away because she's talking to Twan, but like I've said, that's her godson. You was just talking to her son. Of course they gonna look at you crazy because they like, what are you doing? Like, Huntsville may be small, but baby, is it that small where you gotta talk to everybody within the circle, making yourself look crazy? Like, this storyline it's getting on my nerves. Tisha kills me because when Destiny was like that, she felt like Nell didn't come because Tisha was there trying to throw the shade. Tisha always got a lot to say, but we know she ain't gonna have that energy for Miss Nell to her face. Only way she will get some type of energy is when she gets some drink in her system, or when she feel like she got reinforcement, but she ain't gonna do nothing for real. So it's Nell's event, and it's called Fletchers, which I like that name. Everybody arrived. Martell comes, child. He got him and Ariane on this damn shirt, this jacket. Ariane just knew she was gonna be on the show, baby. They was working overtime to have her name mentioned, baby. I'm sick of you, child. Of course, so Nell finds out about them going to go make bath bombs early in the day, and Kimmi, and this is the shit that Kimmi, I am not liking Kimmi right now. Like, and I don't like to say I dislike them because I don't know them for real, but Kimmi, I used to like Kimmi, but Kimmi is making me look at her all type of sideways. It's like they want to be the big dog so bad, but they do not have it in them. They don't got it. And she's like, yeah, we made balls earlier, but I knew you was getting ready for your event. So Nell feel left out, which, like I just said, they could have still invited her. I feel like Kimmi done this shit on purpose, and Nell got a reason to feel some type of way, because, and then everybody looking like, oh, that's awkward. Maurice ugly ass. Oh, that's awkward. Like, quit the BS. Like, that type of stuff irritates me, because it's like now y'all doing stuff on purpose, and then when people do it to y'all, when it was getting done to y'all was having a whole hissy fit. Like, everybody is joking about Destiny and Lex coming together, but soon Destiny arrives with Will, and Ken face told it. Ken, I don't think Ken knew that this was a thing, because he's looking like, what the fuck? And I just feel like Destiny is doing anything for a storyline. And this is why I can't take her serious, because, okay, you was dating Lance, whatever. Now you dating Twan. Okay, now you want to flock to Will. Cool. And my thing with this is, I'm a person that believe in dating. Date all of them, girl, right? Because when you date don't mean you got to be messing with them. I wholeheartedly agree with that. But on the show, everybody that's in the cast, you want to date, like, you're reaching for a storyline. It's really not believable. Destiny, you're not an ugly lady, but I feel like it's something with her. And maybe, like I said, it's just for a storyline. Ken is absolutely surprised. Will, at this point, I feel like this is a situation where Destiny needs a storyline. Will want to be on the show. So why not? It's the same thing with Lance. Lance wanted to be on the show, so why not? Oh, we got Twan here. Let me talk to you too, because this gonna really make it juicy for him. Like, I feel like that's what this is. Like, and don't get me wrong, these men are not ugly men, but Destiny, you can't, you grown, girl, do what you want to do. So Langston came in with his date Kiara, and Kiara came in with a little lace suit, girl. She got her little 27 piece or whatever, and she just swinging at her, and she came in like, yeah, and she's not an ugly girl, but I was like, Kiara, I don't know, they are from Huntsville, so she might thought she was fucking it up, but I'm like, girl, you are on TV. You knew that there was a possibility this is gonna air because you're dating Lance or whatever you and Lance got going on. You could have came in here in a better outfit than this. But child, yeah. Lance said that he suspected that Destiny was gonna have a date. Believe he thought it was gonna be Twan, so he had to come with somebody, but it wasn't even Twan. She didn't put her eyes on Will now. And so Lance is kind of like, he's trying to say he really don't care, but he kind of feel away. Destiny, I guess she kind of feel away too. Like, I'm over both of them, Destiny and Lance. Doing the spoon game, y'all, I thought it was funny that Martell and Marcel both ended together. And Marcel then came out of nowhere with another damn green spoon. And Martell talking about, see, he got this spoon, y'all see. y'all see. And y'all see if he do this in the game, y'all know what he do. I'm like, Martell's so damn messy. But I thought that scene was funny because Marcel is funny too. So that was a good scene. Miss Nell is talking to Lance's date, and she said that I believe the young lady said that she went to her daycare when she was younger, and so Miss Nell was like, dang, how old are you? The lady was like, she was 31, and she was like, oh man, we've been in business for 30 years. I thought that was a cute little scene. They kind of caught it. They didn't like zone into it, but they put the words and stuff up to see what they were saying, and I thought that was cool. Then Will being the typical man. Like, what y'all know about Destiny? Do she get down? He want to know if he gonna be able to, is she easy? What's tea? Because he trying to hit that. That's it. That's all. Of course, leave it up to Marcel to ask Will, did he know about him about Destiny and Lance? And so Will is like, oh, I didn't know that y'all dated. He was like, I was a little lost. Like, I didn't know what y'all was talking about. I didn't know that y'all like dated. And then he was like, yeah. And so they're like, oh, Will didn't know he was a rebound. He know he was a rebound. And so Ken is like, if she was looking for a rebound, Will ain't it. Which I agree. I don't think Will, baby, Will probably go take Destiny through there, and she probably gonna let him out. I don't put nothing past nobody. And if you is, girl, do your thing. But yeah, I think she, like I said, Destiny just looking for a storyline. So Kimmi is pressing Nell to go talk to Tisha. Nell says she don't want to talk to Tisha, but I guess Nell don't want to feel like she's being difficult, so she decided to go ahead and talk to Tisha. And child, this is where it kind of go left. So Miss Nell finally sits down with the ladies to talk, and her and Tisha is going back and forth. And Tisha want to know why Miss Nell says she need to keep her name out her mother mouth. And so Nell is like, Tisha, you giving me attitude. And she's like, no, I just I guess Tisha don't want to feel like a lion, which I get that. Nell did say that they had to leave LA because of the baby. She did say that. But Nell did tell Tisha that her grandbaby was off limits and she didn't want to talk about it. And the problem with this situation is they don't want to respect that. And this is the problem I have with Kimmi and Tisha. See, they can be knee-deep in everybody else's business. But when it comes to y'all business and when people start pressing y'all don't like that, but y'all can do it to everybody else. And it's like, no, it don't work that way. So Nell was like, my grandbaby is off limits. And so Tisha was like, well, I don't care about your grandbaby, which I thought that was disrespectful because you ain't got to care about my grandbaby. And since you don't care, bitch, why are you steady asking about her? And I didn't like they are steady pressing Nell, and Nell is like she's not talking about her grandchild. That's that. But they are steady pressing the issue. And it's like I said, that's my problem with Tisha and Kimmi, because they can press the issue about everybody, but they don't never have this energy for themselves. Like, we still don't know the full story what happened with Maurice. We still don't know what's going on with Marcel. Like, and y'all don't want to talk about it, but y'all want to talk about everybody else's business. And for me, I feel like Nell is becoming the top dog since Mel left, because now one of them can't hold that position. For me, they just can't. They don't have it. And Nell has that strong personality, and I feel like that's why Kimmi didn't invite her. They thought they were going to be able to gang up on Nell, and Nell was like, this ain't that. And that's why I like that, because I'm that type of person. I'm cool, I'm calm, collected. We can talk, whatever. Even though I did feel like Miss Nell should have just said, yeah, I said it, and I'm not fit to talk about it. I feel like she should have said that. But at the same time, she said, okay, it is what it is. I'm not talking about my granddaughter. All that, oh, I don't care about your granddaughter. And okay, you don't have to. So why do you feel, if you don't care, why do you feel so entitled to what happened? Because y'all want to gang up on me, gaslight me, and be in my business, so y'all don't have to talk about y'all selves. Then they was talking crazy, and so Nell was like telling Kimmi that she wasn't even talking about her. She didn't expect that from her, but she wasn't talking about her. She was like, I'm talking to 1.0 and 2.0, aka Tisha and Destiny. And the thing is, Tisha always rile people up to do her dirty work, and then she fall in the background. So here go Kimmi. Nell, I don't know who you talk to, but I dump your ass in that pool. Like, where did that come from? I'm like, whoa, Kimmi. Pump your brakes. And I'm glad that Nell didn't back down. I'm glad that she stood 10 toes down. She didn't let them bully her, because this not that. Like, and Nell was like, okay, well, throw me in the pool. Like, I don't know about y'all, but my money on Nell. I feel like it's just one of those situations where they just need a person to have a problem with. And this is how they used to do Mel. Unfortunately, Nell is seeing how they used to do Mel. And that's why I looked at Nell crazy when she started going against Mel, trying to be cool with them, because they all fake as fuck. Like, all three of them. Not Nell, Destiny, Kimmi, Tisha, they all fake. And then it's funny how they so cool with Destiny now. Like, it's a child. And so the men, it's like, let me go out here and let me see what's going on. Chris hurry up and went out there. Marcel was like, let me get Tisha, because I know it's her and Nell going back and forth. Martell messy ass talking about, I know Tricia. I know it's Trish. I know Tricia. Martell's so damn messy. And yeah, this whole scene was just like uncalled for. And it's like, Kimmi, please. You didn't even have this energy when Maurice was telling you that he was wanting sex, and that you needed to just lay there and take it on national television while going through cancer. You didn't even have that energy towards him, but y'all got all this energy towards Nell, because she don't want to talk about her grandchild, when Lance and Destiny wasn't even in a real relationship. They both claimed they ain't never had sex. So why do y'all care for real? It's not that deep. The baby is here. She not going nowhere. Destiny and Lance already got an understanding. What are we doing? I didn't feel like Nell was yelling. I feel like Nell matched Kimmi energy, because Kimmi started getting hyped. So Nell was like, if you want to take it there, we can take it there. And all that, I throw you in the pool. Like, Kimmi, shut the fuck up. And I ain't like how when Nell started getting serious, Kimmi was like, why you yelling? Why you yelling? And I didn't threaten you. You just told this lady you would dump her ass in the pool. And then Trish talking about, oh, she did not yell. She did not yell. What do y'all calling it? Y'all ganging up on Nell like Nell is wrong, when this lady just literally threatened her, told her she'll dump her in the pool, and she wrong? So Nell ends up, going off. And so Kimmi ends up apologizing Kimmi ends up apologizing to Nell. Of course, Tisha's like, she's not apologizing to Nell. It'll be a cold day in hell before she apologizes. We know you're not going to apologize, Tisha. We know that you the one who hyped Kimmi up to do this. Kimmi trying to fight your battles, and where you at, you're going to always fall back once somebody get into it. And Tisha actually looked really pretty in this scene. But we know Tisha ain't about that life. She not going to fight her battles herself. Kimmi is deflecting. Like, I'm glad Nell didn't let them bully her, because that's what I feel like that's what it is now. They don't want to talk about themselves. So they're going to try to talk about, and then like, y'all, why are we talking about Lance, baby? Why is this the focal point when Lance not even a full-time cast member at this point? Like, I am over it. I feel like this is stupid. We're not talking about nothing for real. And I'm glad Nell didn't let them bully her, because that's what they wanted. And that's why Kimmi backtracked when she seen Nell, Nell ain't the one. And now you want to apologize, act like you got trauma from your daddy. Like, save me, spare me. You didn't think Nell was going to come at your ass like that for real. That's why you didn't invite Nell to the bath bomb thing, because y'all wanted to ice her out. And Nell not kissing y'all ass. Like, I am just over this storyline. If y'all not gonna talk about y'all real life, or or stuff that's going on within y'all life, then Carlos, it's time to bring some new people on, or just let it go. And this show, this episode was cool, but I'm just over it. I feel like it's the same thing with the Scotts and Destiny. It's like they are always trying to be knee-deep in somebody else's business. We knee-deep in Lance's business. Lance is not even a full-time cast member. What does it matter? He had a baby. Whoop-de-doo. Him and Destiny was not in a committed relationship. Claimed they ain't had sex. Like, I am over it. I don't feel like Nell was hollering. I feel like they wanted a reaction out of Nell. And when Nell showed them that she wasn't fucking playing with their ass for real, now, like I said, Kimmi is backtracking. Tisha, we know you're not going to apologize. We know we know you in real life. You're not about that. You need somebody else to always fight your battles. And it's like, I'm over it. Like, y'all don't have this energy for the people that y'all need to have it for. And it's like, Nell maxed y'all energy and y'all can't take it. I'm over it. I'm tired of talking about it. Anyways, don't y'all forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all.